The year is 1095, and Europe is in the midst of a religious revolution. The story of the Crusades is one of the most fascinating periods in history, and in this episode, we're going to explore how religion and politics collided to create one of the most powerful forces in the medieval world. Join us as we delve into the origins of the Crusades and discover how these holy wars would forever change the course of history. The First Crusade was a holy war sanctioned by the Latin Church during the medieval period. It was the first of several crusades with the stated aim of reclaiming the Holy Land from Muslim rule. But the real story behind the Crusades is much more complex than that. In 1095, Pope Urban II called for the First Crusade, which began in 1096 and lasted until 1099. The stated reason was to assist Eastern Christians who were supposedly under the threat of extinction at the hands of the Seljuk Turks. However, there were other motivations for the crusade, such as expanding European influence in the East and gaining control of valuable trade routes. The First Crusade was led by a small group of European nobles, including Godfrey of Bouillon, Raymond IV of Toulouse, and Bohemond of Taranto. After a long and arduous journey, the Crusaders arrived in Jerusalem in 1099 and promptly began the siege of the city. Despite fierce resistance, the Crusaders succeeded in capturing Jerusalem and established a Crusader state in the city. But the story doesn't end there. In fact, it's just the beginning. Over the next 2 centuries, there would be 8 major crusades, each with its own unique set of circumstances and outcomes. The Second Crusade, called by Pope Eugene III in 1147, aimed to recapture Edessa, a Crusader state that had been lost to Zengi, the Atabug of Mosul. Similarly, the Third Crusade, launched in 1189 after the fall of Jerusalem to Saladin, resulted in little more than a stalemate. European leaders such as Richard the Lionheart and Philip II of France achieved some victories against the Muslims, but ultimately failed to recapture Jerusalem. However, the story of the Crusades is not only about military campaigns, it's also about the impact these holy wars had on the people and cultures involved. The Crusades led to the establishment of European colonies in the Levant and played a significant role in the development of medieval European culture. They also had a profound impact on the relationship between Christianity and Islam, shaping the religious landscape of the Middle East for centuries to come. Join us next time as we continue the epic tale of the Crusades and bring you more historical tales of adventure, intrigue, and heroism. And until then, remember, history is full of surprises, and there's always more to the story.